11 incredible landmarks that could disappear by 2050. Glacier National Park in Montana. These beautiful mountains may not exist in the next 15 years. They have declined from a high of 150 to a low of 25 in the last 80 years. According to studies, it could be entirely gone within the next 15 years. Great Wall of China. The historical site, which has been well preserved for over 2,000 years, is now on the brink of becoming nothing more than dilapidated remains. The primary causes are overfarming and atmospheric pollution. Reportedly, you only have about 20 years to see this magnificent work of art. Venice in Italy. It's no longer a secret that Venice, the beautiful city, is steadily sinking. Its spectacular waterways are collapsing. It would be blasphemy if you missed this. In the next 20 years, there won't be any more boat trips, cuddling by the waterways, or romantic nights by the water. The loss to the loving world will be immeasurable. The Alps in Europe. The European Alps are lower in elevation than the Rocky Mountains, and their glaciers and snow resorts are more vulnerable to the impacts of global warming. Northern tundra in Alaska. Did you realize that the breathtaking majesty of the Alaskan tundra is fleeting? It has been established that global warming has an impact on the Arctic that is twice as severe as the rest of the globe. It only takes one visit to realize how depressing it will be to lose such a sight due to global warming. The Great Barrier Reef in Australia. This vast, once thriving coral reef has suffered greatly in recent years, as coral bleaching induced by climate change has stripped the coral of its nutrients. This, in turn, harms the diverse marine species that live on the coral. This, of course, depletes it of the dazzling hues that were once synonymous with the Great Barrier Reef's underwater marvel. The reef is still the world's biggest coral reef ecosystem, but forecasts indicate that the harm could become incurable within the next 10 years. Portobello San Lorenzo Forts. While not as old as some of the other locations listed here, these Panama coast fortifications are historically important. The Portobello San Lorenzo forts were erected by the Spanish in Panama to defend trade routes. They were constructed over 2 centuries, beginning in the 1590s. They showcase a variety of building styles, including medieval-style fortresses and neoclassical 18th-century redresses. Urbanization has encroached on the forts on land, and a diminishing shoreline and erosion pose risks to nature on the coastal side. Maintenance has also been neglected. In 2012, they were marked as prone to vulnerability. The Maldives. The Maldives, located in the Indian Ocean, is made up of a number of atolls, ring-shaped coral islands, and, with year-round temps ranging from 81 to 84 degrees Fahrenheit, it's the ideal spot to express your inner beach bum. The Maldives is also the world's lowest-lying nation, averaging only 1.3 meters above sea level, and it faces extinction as rising seas displace residents. During the United Nations Climate Change Conference in December 2019, the small nation pleaded for building financing, warning that failure to act could soon result in entire islands being swallowed by increasing sea levels. The Amazon. The Amazon, the world's biggest rainforest, encompasses approximately 40% of South America. In the moist broadleaf jungle, visitors will see scarlet macaws and blue poison dart frogs coexisting with jaguars and brown-throated sloths. Despite its vastness and diverse vegetation and wildlife, the Amazon is a vulnerable habitat due to climate change. Droughts have dried out tree types throughout the tropical rainforest. As a consequence, they are more prone to large-scale decline and forest fires. In reality, catastrophic wildfires are becoming more common. The National Institute for Space Research in Brazil detected over 74,000 Amazon wildfires in 2019, an increase of nearly 85% over the previous year. Yamal Peninsula, Russia. Climate change has realigned the indigenous Nenets people's reindeer herding methods, which is already impacting Russia's far north as permafrost dissolves, weather becomes increasingly unpredictable, and the crucial winter season shortens. In the winter of 2013, abnormally warm temps brought rain to the peninsula, which then froze and coated the pastures in a thick coating of ice. Reindeer were unable to dig through the ice to locate food, resulting in fatalities of tens of thousands of the animals. Climate experts project that as the Earth warms, this type of weather will become more common, posing a risk to Russia's reindeer herds and the communities that depend on reindeer husbandry for a living. Hatra. These magnificent remains can be found in the Al-Jazra district of Baghdad, Iraq. Hatra is a significant historical landmark because it was the capital of the first Arab kingdom, Araba. In the 2nd century CE, it resisted Roman military power. In the 3rd century, it was devastated by the ruler of the Sasanian Empire, an early Iranian government. The ruins were not found until the 1830s, and excavations only started in the early 1900s. Hatra was not only designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site but it was also immortalized as the sanctuary depicted in The Exorcist. Unfortunately, it became an arsonist organization objective in 2015. Militants struck the buildings with bullets and damaged sculptures, attempting to demolish the last vestiges of polytheism.